first, before we even get into the album itself, I want to know a bit about your background when it comes to like heavier music. So when did you recall hearing like heavy metal for the first time in your life?
When I was a little kid, my father he liked like Mark Knopfler stuff. He liked the Canadian band Saga. So I grew up with that kind of rock music. But then the first time I listened to a little bit more hard rock was when I listened to Kiss for the first time. It was one of those television shows in Sweden when one guy dresses up like Gene Simmons in Kiss and then he goes into the show. So that was pretty much the first moment where I understood that hard rock was the coolest music.
Okay, so Kiss was the band that got you hooked into like rock music itself.
First came Kiss and then came Iron Maiden. They had a good 90s era, I think. So yeah, Iron Maiden then like came all the rest of the bands, Judas Priest. I in the beginning I actually listened to like melodic bands as well, like more I listened to a little bit of power metal, like Brazilian power metal, like Angra and
Yeah.
Shaman. I listened to some glam metal, like Steelheart. So I got interested in vocalists early on, and
Okay, so that was the reason why you ended up also picking up the microphone in the end.
yeah, there were two reasons. One, that my mother decided to castrate me when I was 14, and the no. Yeah, it was the basically I felt always felt like a singer, but I was always too shy to actually sing. So when I first got my moped, I could sing when I had my helmet on and I had music in my ear. So then I could scream, and I was like, yeah, that's not too bad. So I started singing on my own without anyone listening to me.
Was it like immediately heavy metal that you started singing, or were you doing like some pop songs in the beginning, or and how old you were around that time? Was it like you said, like 14, 15, even though you made it as a joke, but was that around the time when you sort of get more
Uh,
serious with vocals?
I come from a musical family, so my brother is a jazz drummer, my father is a guitarist, my mother plays the organ, which is kind of funny, but not that organ actually, maybe both, I don't know. But we've been in the beginning we sang a lot of jazz songs. We sang like Louis Armstrong. Me and my brother, we were like imitating Louis Armstrong and Ella Fitzgerald and all that stuff. So music was always in our genes, but the first time I actually sang it was probably like some kind of rock, like Kiss or something like this, just humming around.
So when you started doing like more heavier stuff, like I guess like you mentioned, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest probably were the bands that you first like also picked up mimicking. Was it like easy for you?
I think I'm like a parrot. I have an easy time emulating things like
Okay.
dialects or stuff like this. So but I always wanted to have my own sound. When I started singing, like I said to myself that, okay, I want to be able to understand how you can be able to sing that high, but still maintain my own voice in it. So I was
So
never
it
in.
was like a mix of emulating your influences, but still trying to be you in the end.
I think I'm not schooled, so I learned how to sing by listening to other singers and trying to understand what they did to be able to hit those notes up there. At the same time, not trying to sound like them, and try to sound a little bit different. And all singers, I mean, no matter what you do, you will always find that special thing in every voice. It's just that some voices are more characteristic than others. And I don't know. I don't listen to my own voice a lot, so I can't tell if it's characteristic or not. I hope it is, but yeah.
So when it comes to like singing heavy notes, were you losing the voice all the time? And did it take like a long time to figure out your like own way to do things so that you wouldn't lose the voice when you are playing live shows and like practicing hours and hours and hours in a rehearsal space?
Yeah, for in the beginning I couldn't hit any notes above like a tenor C. It's like it's like a human limit for a man to go past that. because then you have to go into another register, like a head voice register. Many people think it's falsetto, but it's not. It's like head voice, and it's a technique that you can. I mean, once you get it, then you get it. But it takes a lot of training to not push your voice too much to get there. But in the beginning, I couldn't hit any notes, so I thought I could never sing like that. But one day it just happened, and I got the whatever technique, what you call it, like how you can twist and turn your throat to be able to create those higher pitch sounds. And of course, it puts stress on the vocal cords. And you need to know how to use them. I played a lot of football in my younger years, so actually when I was 20, 21, 22, I got a elbow on my, so I was not able to speak for a couple of weeks, and I thought I would never be able to sing again. So I
Okay.
basically had to learn again. And this, I think, was good for me because then I could learn with the correct technique, and I had to pay attention to, okay, not hurt my throat, you know. So many things happen, and as a singer, you can never hide your instrument away. Like you're always out there.
So was it like Halford and Dickinson who were like the biggest inspiration for you, or?
There are many. Rob Halford, of course, big inspiration, amazing vocalist. Dio, Michael Kiske, amazing. Miljenko Macevic in Steelheart, amazing. Steve Perry, Journey, amazing. Like there are so many. Jimmy Jameson from Survivor, he is underestimated as fuck. He is amazing. There is a live video from 2010, and he's like 60 years old, and he is spot on every time. If you haven't listened to that, do that. This Jimmy Jameson gig from 2010 at Firefest, I think that's one of my go-to concerts if I want to jerk off to a good musician.
But it's amazing. Like if you consider like Bruce Dickinson being 60, what, five-ish, and Halford being over 70, and they are still doing it live like
Yeah,
super
it's
well. So
fucking,
it's
it's
insane
impressive.
that they can still pull it through. Or I just watched King Diamond do it 2 times this summer, and he's singing like amazing, and he's also like, I don't know, 70 or something. So it's unbelievable that those
King
guys can
Diamond is
still do it.
unique.
Yeah.
King Diamond is very unique because no one does what he is doing. I mean, he uses falsetto in a way that is like not done by anyone else. I think there is a band from Germany called Attic. They're doing similar stuff, but King Diamond is the king. Big inspiration.
So obviously the upcoming album from Ambush, Evil in All Dimensions, is your fourth one. So when you are like hopping from like album to another, do you feel that you also progress as a vocalist, learn something new about yourself with each album?
This time, absolutely. I mean, I had a different approach this time. You go through life and you have emotions from your private life. Maybe you're sad, maybe you're angry, you feel frustrated. I noticed that I sing best when I'm happy. So I
Okay.
try, I try to always have a smile on my face when I go into the studio, and I try to have positive mindset. I don't think that I developed much technically or whatever, but for some reason I feel more when I'm singing now. On this album in the studio, I have good memories, and for the first time, I'm proud of my performance, which is also like it's a journey to be able to appreciate yourself and to appreciate what you're doing. It's so easy to find the small details that are not good. Many vocalists are perfectionists in some way, and it's about giving yourself a pat on the shoulder when you do something good as well. And I did this in the studio, and I think it paid off in the long run. I
But
think we managed to keep some parts that I would ditch otherwise, but not listening to it for a week or so, then fuck it, it's good, you know. It's we should keep that. So
do you hear those, like you said, that you need to be in a happy place to sort of deliver best out from you, but do you hear those from those like older albums that no, I wasn't happy on this
oh, definitely, yeah.
track, and it kind of
I
reflects that somehow?
I mean, I'm proud of every record we've done, but I can clearly say that I can when I listen to some things we did back then, I could say that this I should have done differently because I was too aware of what other people might think of something, and not going with my gut on some parts. So yeah, it has to do with confidence. It has to do with believing in yourself, I think.
Do you also bring like more you into the lyrics and the songs nowadays compared to like, for example, the first album? Were they more like creational in a way, or in that sense that now you are like also reflecting more your life into the songs?
Life changes, and your perception of life changes. Back then, back in 2014, we were a young group of boys that wanted to go out and kick ass, and we were pretty rough back then.
But
We
now
didn't
you just
live
want to kick ass, but you're not young anymore.
exactly. We're old now, so we can't kick those young guys' asses anymore, physically. But maybe we can try to do it in a classy way, intellectual way. So maybe the album changes in a way because of that. I mean, we developed as musicians, we developed as people. Maybe we're not better people now, but at least we have more experience. So yeah, it's an interesting question, but I think you can never decide what development you will take in a band. It just happens. Yeah, we are very happy as a group, and we are all best friends. This is what Ambush is about. It's not so much about what kind of note were you playing there, blah blah blah, after a live show. It's more about, yeah, fuck, we had a good time, and like we tried to enjoy ourselves.
Like you said, playing live, and obviously the band is now 10 plus years old, so you have more experience with that. So do you feel that that also somehow reflects to the song, and do you feel that you have sort of already found the essence of Ambush and what the band is about?
For this record, we have two new members playing, Burning Fire on bass and Carl Dotzek on guitars. And in that way, it was a natural, like, added spice to this record. Burning Fire actually played on Infidel record as well, but Carl Dotzek, this is his first album, and he wrote songs on this record. All the members in Ambush, we write riffs.
Okay, so
Album.
it's like collaboration when you are making the album, and not
Yeah, and
one guy doing everything.
not one guy doing everything, and this is what I think is beautiful, because we also feel like, okay, if we have some criticism, or maybe we should change this to an A instead of a B, maybe we should change this riff like this, blah 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 blah. We can, since we have this open-minded relationship with each other, we don't have prestige in the way that maybe other bands have when it comes to that. I think we're all pragmatic, and maybe we're a little bit bitchy towards one another, but that's how it is in a family. I think we're a family.
Yeah,
And I think,
and that way, I guess you work more well in a way, like you said, that you have the possibility to like experiment more. If you have like only one guy doing it, then it's like, well, here's the line I've drawn, and
yeah.
you should just keep in the middle, pretty
Yeah, but
much.
since I'm the lead singer, I have the final call of the vocal melody, of course. But I write most of the lyrics and most of the vocal melodies anyway. So I would be a bitch if they tell me exactly what to sing. That's for sure.
There is one track entitled "I Fear the Blood," which is kind of a little bit different vocal wise. So,
Yeah.
how important is that song for you?
I reflected why we decided to put it on the record, and basically it's out of our comfort zone. This is like, shows a vulnerability in a way,
Yep.
what we talked about before, but the song is very personal to me because I wrote the song as an instrumental song on a classic guitar when I was like a teenager. So I've been
Ah,
playing the song since then. In music stores, you pick up a guitar and you try it out. I always played that song, like the
okay.
and then during COVID lockdown, I sat down with an electric guitar in my home studio and I played around with the song, and I figured maybe we can do something with of this song with Ambush. But also, we are not ballad fans in this band. So, but I thought, fuck that. I think this might make it because it feels personal to me, and if it feels personal to me, I can do a good vocal delivery. I can if we play the song live, it would be magical. So I tried to pitch it in to the guys, and we rehearsed it, and it was magic from the first start. Like when we started playing the song, we all felt, yeah, this will be on the record. So yeah, take it or leave it. Like I'm very proud of this song, and that we are breaking the rules in some way for
But
what
it
some
was
people think
but
is
it
heavy.
was like a wall that you sort of needed to go
Of
through
course,
before you even suggested it to the guys that maybe we could do this one. Or
if you have an idea that, yeah, we should do this performance all naked with socks on our cocks, you have to think it through before you pitch it. Like it's a very crazy idea. And this idea would have been a no-go 10 years ago. I'm sure about
okay.
that. But right now it's more like, yeah, we're in it to experiment, we're in it to develop as musicians and to bring something different to the fans as well. I really hope they will like this song because it means a lot to me.
So do you feel that you are also like more comfortable with the band to do and try things out now compared to like 10 years ago?
In a way, yes. I mean, we have always been very aware of our to keep our aesthetics in the band, and this is something that we never want to change. But I think that some influences came with the new members of the band that brought more musicality, maybe in a way, to the band, which empowered creativity in the rehearsal. We're not scared to try crazy ideas anymore. We don't want to go bananas, but we still want to try the bananas thing because it's fun. We're musicians. We want to play around also. I mean, we have a need for that. So for a song to pass the quality test, it needs to have a couple of things, and emotion is maybe a higher, it's higher up on the scale. So if it has emotion, then it's a little bit higher now than it was 10 years ago.
But you still kind of know what is the essence of the bands, that what does also the fans sort of want from you in a way.
Yeah, but like the fans will always want the same. I think it was Oasis or some band that said that like fuck the customer because the customer never knows what they want anyways. Like the
Well, the
the
first demo is the best.
exactly, but the Beatles fans they didn't know that they wanted Sergeant Pepper. They said, and that's
No.
true. Like you have to try to evolve and experiment as a band a little bit to be able to find good stuff, I think. And the fourth album can't be exactly the same as the first one. We need to have something different. And it's for our own sake. We want to play the music that we love and we want to be creative. We will keep the foundation of Ambush, that's for sure, but we also want to explore.
So in terms of playing live, I've seen some footage, and obviously your band is quite tight live. So how important is that? And do you feel that that experience somehow reflects also to the songs?
Oh, yes. When we entered the studio, we said that this album must be live sounding in a way. I think the vocals has more of a live sound than the earlier records that we've done. So yeah, I think we view ourselves as a live band. We are meant to play live. We never released a live album, but hopefully we will at some point. But we want to capture the essence of a live performance into the record as well, to give the listener emotion and hopefully like some drive, not only static and perfectionist frequencies, want to have a punchy mix and live sounding vocals.
So what's your take when you get this on the road and play live, and you obviously see more and more bands using all kinds of like backing tracks and auto tune and everything. So how do you take it yourself as a musician?
For me, I think it wouldn't make sense for Ambush to use backing tracks. I mean, that would lose the idea of the band of being like organic from the beginning. We want to play on real amps. We want to do it for real. We want live music to be live. But I mean, as we toured with other bands that use backing tracks, we can see the benefits of it. For us, I think it would take away some live feeling. I mean, you get emotions when you play, and we have a perfect drummer. Like he keeps the beat perfectly. So why would we need to play with a metronome on live? For us, I don't think it's needed, and I think that maybe makes us stand out a little bit as well. Maybe people don't even notice. I mean, I think 99% of the people, they don't notice if you have backing tracks or not.
No.
They're there to have fun. But for me, it feels good to be able to be completely free in a performance. If I want to take a few extra seconds for a talk, then I can do it without the stress of having to start the song at
Yeah.
capture the moment in a way. So, but we have nothing against any band that is using like technology for their
No,
own
it's just
advantage.
for you that you prefer doing it
Yeah,
that way, and that's your way how to do
yeah.
things.
And I appreciate bands that try to not follow that path too much, to be honest, because nowadays we can do everything with AI.
Yep, we can.
And to go that far, I mean, then it's death penalty for everything that has to do with culture and art anyway. So yeah, let's not even come close to it, I think.
So obviously there is the fourth album coming, and now you also have Napalm, which is kind of reputable label behind you. So how does the future look for the band? Will we actually see you in Finland
Oh
now?
yes, I hope so. I mean, we never played in Finland, which is so weird.
It is.
We love Finland, and we hope we can play there with this album, with this tour that is coming. So with Ambush now, we're heading out on a tour together with Angel Witch in October. And we will play a couple of shows in Germany at festivals. We'll play Keep It True Rising, which is a great festival
Yeah.
to promote it. We'll go to South America,
Ah, okay, that's
Sweden.
nice.
Yeah, and so we will play everywhere, and we have to play in Finland. So yeah, it's a dream. But we were talking about High Roller Records, and yeah, we had a great time with High Roller Records, of course. I mean, they were the ones that noticed us from the beginning. All respect to High Roller for bringing up so many bands from the underground and actually making them release a record. And it's important for the heavy metal culture. For
It is.
Ambush, we felt like we wanted new energy. We wanted to see what step we could take because for the first time we actually have ambitions with the band. We want to play on these big stages. We think that we are here to kick ass this
And you
time.
are sort of ready as a band to do that also.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're confident and like we want to do this together. We all have full-time jobs, of course, on the side, but we're in this to try to maybe work less and spend more time on the music. This would be so great to be able to do that.
Hey, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk with me and all the best for the future. Anything you want to say to the Finnish fans as a closure?
Finnish people, you are great metalheads. We knew that from before, but we never played for you guys, which is all on us. I hope you can spread the word. Hopefully, we can go over with a ferry to you guys and play in Finland.
Party boat or I don't know, some kind of oldie boat. It depends
Exactly.
what time you go over.
We can play on the boat. There are some bands on the boat. So
Yep,
if we can't play in Finland, we will play on the boat, and you can join the boat.
definitely.
Stay safe and keep peace. We love you.
Thanks a lot for the chat and
Thank you, Arto.
happy release day for the album next week.
Thank you. Stay safe.